Heyo guys. So we're still chilling. We're waiting on player 2 to finish off their turn. So while we're waiting, we did get a request to go over the news against one again real quick. So we might as well go ahead and go do that. So of course we revealed the Toru Hagakure as our provisional promo. So of course the same one that comes in the pack with Midnight, the All Might card. Well, to add to those, we now have Toru, which is awesome. So here she is. Got a couple of responses, offensively and defensively. She can give stuff flash, which is sick. Yeah, it is about time. I've always been wondering how they were going to incorporate the character, so it's very excited to see her here. So very, very cool. So offensively, you can buff up your attacks speed-wise, give it flash. Defensively, you can slow it down and give it flash. So she's super solid. It's pretty gross, actually, on that front. And then otherwise, you can destroy foundation, and if your unblocked attack deals damage, or after your unblocked damage deals attack, your rival adds one ready foundation from their stage to their hand. So while you are upping their hand size, you can basically, it's kind of like a stun-ish that also forces them to have to replay. So it's like, it's pretty good, actually. It's pretty good. You still don't see anything? So that's the card in terms of what we showcase here. And of course, there were the previews. So there are the cards that were showcased from set 2 that we've been reviewing throughout the week on our socials. So there are those that are available as well. So naturally, we do have Midoriya. All right, they got really big because the Toru card was actually really small. All right, here we go. That's a little bit more manageable. So we did get the Midoriya card, which I think is going to see a lot of play. I think a lot of people are going to mess around with Midoriya here. Just pitching a card, getting a speed damage, combos really well with the secret rare. The response is pretty good too. You're just able to build incidentally throughout the game, which is nice. Yeah, Izuku is very solid. And then if you don't like Midoriya, well, they're both on Earth, which is kind of funny enough. But you know, if you don't want Midoriya, you could have Bakugo instead. And Bakugo is super solid as well. Flat out, late game, you can just start popping your own stuff to be able to buff up your speed and buff up your powerful rating, which is great, right? Because powerful scales. So instead of being just a flat out +2 damage, it's potentially 2, 4, 6, 8. So Bakugo is like, whoo! And then on top of that, response after you play a combo ability. It's once per turn, but still, nevertheless. Your rival flips 2 ready foundations, so very quickly, depending on how the plays line up, you can be locked out of using a lot of your abilities on your foundations. So very solid on that front. Bakugo is very spicy. Let's see, then there's the provisional signups. So provisional showdowns are kicking off this month. So the signups for the first ones are going live on Friday, and the tournament itself will be February 19th to 20. March 12th to 13th will be PPGs, and then Legendary Wolf Games will be on the first week of April. Every sign up for an event will open up the day after the previous event. So the PPG event signups will open up the day on the 21st of February, and the LWG's tournament will open up on the 14th of March. So you can sequence those and line up, play a tournament, sign up for the next one, play a tournament, sign up for the next one. And of course, you guys get the provisional packs as part of participation, as well as rewards. The higher you place, the more packs and stuff you get. So these are the characters you get. You get your Kurogiri, Knight, Midnight, as well as the All Might response card. And of course, there is the newly revealed Toru, which is awesome. And then finally, there's just the calendar for the week. I actually do see how it's confusing because it says Showdown registrations on Friday and then Showdown Friday. But that's just because Red Riot's event's called Showdown. In future calendars, we'll probably just rename that to their Webcam Weekly. So Webcam Tournament for Red Riot Games happening on Friday. Tomorrow, there's the Learn to Play, which we always have. There's the Throwdown Thursdays if you want to experiment with new decks. And of course, we have character reveals throughout the entire week. And there's PPG's Webcam Locals on Sunday, which I believe they're still doing. And that's pretty much it. The rest is just, you know, in terms of what we discussed in our pre-show today, we had our meta breakdown. So Ochako 2 has been having a great showcase in the format at the moment. Bakugo finally making it into the undefeated characters, which is awesome to see. Eraserhead and Kirishima, of course, are no strangers to being undefeated, but the spread is pretty cool. We're seeing way more players play Sero. I think a lot of people are getting really comfortable with the format, really starting to understand what symbols are good at what are, you know, how are they weaker when it comes to where you should direction your attacks and where you should direction your blocks. So generally, you know, the higher the skill ceiling of the general player base gets, the more characters like Midoriya, which we're also seeing on the pie chart, you know, characters like Sero get to see play because they reward understanding the card pool further. And then, you know, we got a smattering, your Denkis, Shigarakis, Asui, so on and so forth. So a good mix all around of that, and we can see that represented throughout Ochako 2 and Ochako 1 doing amazing work stills. Ochako 2 placing first in this tournament from the PBG TCG Con, and then in the Carta event, once again Ochako 2 representing. So a lot of Ochako 2 representation across the board in the meta. So that's our quick recap of the pre-show without going too deep into it. But yeah, so pretty fun. I think the DLC definitely having an impact. Even just now, we saw All Might 2 represented in the second round, which is very, very cool. So we are waiting for the second player to wrap up their turn. It's been 7 minutes since then, and we're just waiting on what looks to be a table. So just out of curiosity, do we have rules that say like, right? So like we call overtime, and then player 2 gets to wrap up their turn. Is there time even beyond that? So like, let's say it takes 10 over, like there's 10 minutes in and the turn's still going on. Is there a time where we stop? Yo, what's up, Tim? Hope work went well. We have another round. We do still have one more before closing out the day. You know what, Tim? While you're here, I don't know if you got to see. I don't know if you jumped right into here, but we did showcase a card. I can bring it up for you here. We did showcase this card, which is exciting. So I don't know if you had seen it yet. Well, I feel like you've probably seen Bakugo, but I don't know if you've seen Toru yet. Yeah, a big rip to combo decks. Do you want help? I would, but the layout's kind of broken for dual casting at the moment. So we wouldn't be able to actually like get you proper on here. But 9 times out of 10, I would say yes. You just caught me in the one moment where I actually kind of broke the layout for dual casting. There's been some pretty good games though. Round 1, we caught Nomu. Well, not Nomu. It started off as Kamui Woods versus On My True Form. And then the Kamui Woods pivoted over to Nomu in game 2. And that went to game 3, which is very exciting. And then we just wrapped up a match where we saw Jiro versus All Might 2. So some good DLC pack integration here into the format. She's super solid, right? Like she just shuts down your opponent's best attack and exit speed at the same time. So it makes it easier to block and it prevents your opponent from being able to pop off. Your attacks just get fast and flash. So if you want to make sure that something gets in there, you can. And then she can just effectively like pull back your opponent's board. Like, yeah, they get the card in hand, but they have to replay it, right? So like, she's pretty gross. Pairings are going up sweet. So it looks like we'll be able to jump into the last round. I keep shuffling the stack of cards in my hands, but they're organized. So I keep deorganizing them with the shuffle. I have such a bad tick when it comes to shuffling cards. I cannot hold cards in my hands without feeling like I need to shuffle them. All right, so pairings are up, so we'll go ahead and jump and find our table. So just give me a moment, ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see if we can find an interesting last round for you. Let's try and find some new games. We can see what's happening on table 1. We could watch some Ochako versus Tokoyami. I think that's interesting, right? Let's see some Ochako too. Let's see some more DLC pack representation. Maybe. Looks like one of our players is frantically trying to figure out their cam setup, so so maybe. Sure. All right, let's see Ochako make some reps. See, so this might be a setup where it actually turns better if we flip it, which I can do. Like, I don't know which one's better, guys. Was it better as it was previously, or is this better? No, this should be okay, right? I mean, you know, you guys can let me know, but I think this works out pretty okay. I think the angles work better here. So, Ochako from the DLC pack response once per turn after your non-throw attack deals damage added to your hand, and then your next check to play an attack this turn gets +2. So, pretty much turning any singular attack into 2 attacks, which is super, super gross. And then enhanced commit, the attack gets -3 speed, and enhanced, this attack gets +2 speed. So very good. She's very solid at basically countering Eraserhead too. Eraserhead's a deck that can be very hard to get into punch against just because it's able to, for free, neg speed to every attack. So she counters on that front really well. And then even further, so buff up her own attack speed. And then defensively, she could be like, oh, okay, I think I've done my work now. I can bump you down to -3. It's always interesting to me how like some players position their character cards with their foundation, some players position their character cards up in the front. I'm an up in the front type of guy, but that's because of my experience with other card games. But it also makes incredible amount of sense just having it in the back. Oh, the player names. That's right. That's right. And the round while I'm at it. You know, like all those things. Definitely PG. I have to wonder though, what kind of camera people use that it's like. Honestly, I think it might just be the camera settings, because I think very few cameras I know only record in like that box resolution. I have to imagine it's somewhere in the settings you can just change it. Ooh. So it does look like... Are we on air or are we on death? To be seen. Only 2 though. Build 2 isn't the strongest. Jar 5-hander, so it's not the most uncommon thing. I've been trying to get more cousins out of care by staging her and flipping against attacks that do damage to remember to bring them to momentum. Oh, that's fair enough. Instead of flipping, I turn sideways is kind of my thing. But here, Tokoyami, very... Jeez! I mean, just going all in, not getting that. But building 5, so... Very solid first turn build here for Tokoyami. 5 is more than enough for Tokoyami to be able to, quote-unquote, pop off. So much comfortable position here than Ochako currently is. But Ochako can be like just as explosive, right? So it's Alright, looks like we're going to start aggression. Yeah, so it does look like we're on death. So we'll pop into my Shigaraki folder here, and then, I don't know, I think it's this one. Yeah, it looks like it's a corrosion lunge. Alright, Tokiyami getting his mill out, and we're going to get Shadow into the hand. So now we're all set up for our follow-up turn. My phone's giving me notifications. Ooh, nice. Looks like your boys got some webtoons to watch after this. Or read. Oh, my bad, guys. The big thing, we're in the tank here. Do I flip? Do I not flip? Do I flip? Looks like we will flip to bring that speed back down. And we will block. Oof. So frigid heat wave on the check. We are gonna have to get down quite a few to be able to clear this, but we do block. But your next attack has +2 speed and +2 damage, so pretty good here. We're just gonna keep on chaining long lasting explosion with a solid check here to be able to get there. Very aggressive. Ochako definitely playing with fire here. Just saying, we're just gonna go for it. Especially with how few has been built here. It's very brave. That's Bakugo's long lasting explosion. Alright, so its speed gets lowered, so we're looking at 4 mid for 8 at the moment. We're going to buff it up, so now we're currently standing at 6. And Ochako's just good for that, just keep on bumping up the speed. We'll lose the damage though, so we're currently at 6 mid for 7. Will this be the first blood of the game? Looks like we're giving the dog a pet before telling it to go off. Always send your animals. Ooh, evil gaze here. Hot. We'll clear the check as well. Alright, so we're going to use a... Okay, just reading out to our opponent what Ochako does here. So at any point in time, we can get this attack back. Well, it costs momentum to do. If does it cost momentum to do? I'll have to double check. Get my custom up with Ochako too. Nope, it's just an OPT response. Yeah, 6 checks are pretty good. Alright, so looks like I missed some damage. I think the first one was taken. Choo. We're just gonna pass like that. Wow. So really opting to just say, I don't think you're dealing 31 damage to me. Oof. I don't know, man. Tokiyami can definitely get there. You are not setting yourself up for... I mean, hey, you play with the hand you got, right? You were able to get your opponent to 5, so the odds are you're probably going to be able to get there. Ooh, kicking off with a beatdown, checking a beatdown. Yikes. Definitely don't love to see that. Or takedown. Beatdown's the other one. Takedown. Alright, so we found ourselves another Dark Shadow. That'll go to hand. Should have committed Tokiyami. Tokiyami, yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, yes and no, right? You want to commit Tokiyami, but at the same time, you probably want to actually bother getting value in terms of readying one of your foundations, right? So, potentially. So you might as well just get value from it that way. But I guess if you had to tap 5, you could have. Yeah, never mind. At that point, you probably. I think it's probably fine either way. I think it works out regardless. But like we're in a similar board state, so I think it's probably fine. Oof. Alright, so let's look like we're gonna have a smaller turn here. Definitely not the type of turns that Tokiyami wants to be having, but probably feeling like he can't get there right away, so you leave up a defensive hand, and then you just chain through afterwards. But Ochako doesn't have to try all that hard, right? Like the deck probably still runs throws, regardless of the fact that her ability doesn't, you know, work with throws. So you can definitely just get there at this point. Oof, all right. That's a tough check. Do we just go for it? Yeah. What are we doing? I don't know. I think you've kind of put yourself in a position where you do have to just go for it. Am I wrong for thinking that? All right. It's okay. So yeah, we're. Okay, I think we're just trying to get a ruling on. All right, what's the ruling here? Let's pull up. Let's pull up. First day of class. Response flip after this card is committed during the enhanced step. Ready it. No, so you can't flip it. If he's asking if you can flip it now, you're not in the enhanced step. You're currently trying to pay for the cost of the card. So you do not get to flip it to get it back. Unless I'm wrong. Unless I'm just dumb. But I think that's the way that works. Yeah. Of course, we're not judges, so we are gonna have to just wait back and on the no rating. Yeah, okay, that's what I figured. All right, the course, we're not judges though, so we're gonna have to wait a sec on that one. Wait for the judges to come and make their call, but I think that's where that's gonna stand. Which does make a big difference. I mean, it is like if you're not sure, you might as well check with the judge because it does make all the difference in the world. It probably makes a difference. Like it's probably one of those things he's considering that if it makes a difference whether he ends his turn or not. So yeah, so he's explaining if he can do that, and like no, you definitely can't do that. You are not currently in the enhanced step. All right, looks like we're still gonna go for it. Sending it. So what? You stun 2, you blow up one of your foundations because you're just at that point of the game right now. So no, he's not gonna cancel it. So you're just gonna pop foundation. So I don't even know if you force that, but you can lose 2 health to make your opponent lose 2. So this is basically your opponent's basically at 3. But then you can pop a foundation. He's probably just gonna keep on popping foundation instead of taking the life. Oh, never mind. Looks okay. So we're gonna evil gaze here. It's pretty gross. I'm gonna take the 2. Well, down to 3. Yes, sir. Bird. I'm gonna evil gaze. We're gonna evil gaze again. All the evil gazes go down to 1. What is going on here? Oh yeah, I know. 5-3-1's all the same at this point. But like, if all gazes are evil, does that not make them not? Intent? Intent might make a gaze evil? Maybe? Alright, so it does look like we will pop. Force, I mean, you're gonna have to pop, or else you're losing yourself a life. I mean, this attack's pretty slow, right? At the moment. Yeah, it's 1 speed. This isn't going to be the hardest thing to block. Ochako makes it possible. You can play another attack and potentially get there. We will block. We will full block. Yeah, that's a full block. That's true. Could have used the X2. Could be saving it too. Nah. Nah. Fair enough. Let's get ourselves out of this situation where we currently have what? No foundations? Probably a good idea. See if Tokiyami sees orange, because bro, 19 light, like 19 health. I don't want to, tell you guys, like, I don't have that much experience, but like 19 health is like easily within Tokiyami range. With like a half solid draw, so. I will say though, like, there's a lot of setback here, right? Ochako's done a really good job of being able to pull back Tokiyami and be like, well, you have about as, ballpark similar foundations as I do, so hope you make it work. Didn't know this game had board wipes. You love to see it. Shoto! Just a little ice storm. Does have the powerful too. I think you do actually just send powerful on this 2BH. I don't know. I can't remember if Tokiyami's kit has much usage for momentum, but bro, I think you just send it. And he has attacks in his hand, right? Because he was contemplating if he goes in with an attack. So definitely this is probably going through. And then I think you just send it powerful, jack that damage up. I'm gonna get a Dark Shadow. I'm gonna play the Dark Shadow. I'm gonna check accordingly for it. I'm gonna commit down our Tokiyami, give up some boosts. Might have plus ultra and need that for the kills. Fact, that is true as well. As someone who doesn't own plus ultras, I tend to forget that card has utility on the offense as much as the defense. Bro, I just shuffled the cards in my hand that I just said I shouldn't be shuffling. Oh my god. That's it. Looks like we're going to buff that up, so we're swinging for 9 at the moment. Pretty beefy. We will attempt to block. We're going to miss that. Is that enough to block? 4, 5? Oh, Chaco might have like lowered the speed. I don't know. I could be wrong. Might let's see. Let's bring up Burb. Let's bring up his attacks. I don't know if we've ever shown this card on stream. Dark Shadow Ruin. It's a decently key card in Tokiyami's kit. Damn, we're already cycling? Sheesh. We got through the deck quick. We're on turn 2. Turn 3. So, Dark Shadow no longer adding to progressive here. There's the Dark Shadow. There's the check. So now we're swinging with the BV11 for 6 high. I don't think we're doing any more blocking here, so I think we're just going to take it. So go 6, 11. Yeah, so go down to 8. Another one. This one swinging for 11 once again. Another one. Yeah, I think at that point it's very optimistic about trying to get Dark Shadow through. I mean, this is just game, right? Yeah, it's just a scoop. Alright, so Tokiyami taking it down. Ochako, unfortunately, just being way too choked out in the quote-unquote mid-game to be able to push through a tough check. So, game 1 going to Tokoyami. So we're going into game 2. Tokoyami is what, 20? Probably. So we are bringing in some side tech. So let's see what they bring in, and let's see if it changes the pace of the game. Tokoyami only needing to cinch up another one. So if Ochako places themselves as like playing as aggressively as they did, I mean, here's the thing. Like honestly, like one better check would actually like have paid out for Ochako, and she would have been, she would have been able to get there. So like it's just unfortunate, but that's kind of what you get when you play that close to fire, right? Sometimes you get burned. But Tokoyami here only going to be needing to cinch up one additional one to be able to close out the round, and definitely can, right? Like if Ochako stumbles like one more time, Tokoyami, like we've seen, definitely has the ability to line up massive multiple attacks to be able to dish a lot of damage. So alright, so Mull's done for Ochako. Tokoyami will be going first, and looks like we're ready to go. So let's see this game 2. I promise I can speak French properly, by the way, guys. Alright, and our players are ready to go. Choco will be going first. Capabilities. Did that happen the first game too? Capabilities, check it by capabilities. Alright, let's see. Are we gonna build more than 2 here? Nice. We got 3 going. Are we gonna get a 4th? Nice. Are we gonna clear? Yeah, build 4. Okay, so we are literally 100% above what we were doing last time. So pretty good position here. Build dash. Build 3. Build 4. Build 5. No. So casual, build 4. Alright, build 5. Alright, pretty solid. I agree with that decision. I think it makes sense to me. So, cool. 5 versus 4 here. Good position here. But Ochako being able to deal way more big damage here. So, we'll see if those 3 blocks can serve. How much Ochako is going to be able to push here on their first turn of aggression. Alright, kicking us off. Similar lines like we saw last game. Kicking us off with a Shigaraki. Corrosion Lunge. Enhance if the attack is blocked. Your next attack gets +2 swing, +2 damage. Pretty solid, just good chunky, 5 swing, 3 low. Not too hard to block, but in general, you like Shigaraki's attacks are also incentivized to be not that speedy because he wants to give you the option to be able to do those punish blocks, right? Yeah, you're gonna block, you're gonna get punished for it. So are losing out on a damage here, so coasting at 4 damage. Let's see, we will block, checking with a Dark Shadow, and paying for its cost. So next attack will get its buff. Woo! Alright, we're teching in some Nomu. Oof, that is not the best of checks, but we have seen Ochako just being like, yep, I'm doing it. I'm going in. That's fine, that's not too bad. You gotta pay the additional 2. Yeah, so you definitely, like, there's a lot of utility at the moment in Death. Momentum has its usage for these EX attacks and stuff like that. So getting an attack in is definitely going to be pretty important here. And this one's just we're just going to send it as is. So we are going to get Tokiyami down to 14. And we will use Ochako to get it back in hand. And we're just going to try going forward again. And our next check is a 5. Does it look like this one's going to want to be blocked? It does look like we're going to attempt to block it. This will give breaker as well. Not that that really... Well, I mean, it kind of matters, right? It means that, like, a foundation might not actually get there at this point. So it's completely blocked. Or partial blocked. I guess it's partial blocked. So go down to 12. Alright, and we pass it along. Kicking off with a takedown, check a takedown. I feel like we've been seeing a lot of this this tournament where we end up just checking the cards we're actually attempting to play. Alright, we're gonna do our mill 4, try to get a Dark Shadow back from the bottom of our discard pile. Probably because, well, yeah, I understand they run 4-0, but still, like, statistically speaking, how often are you likely to check the thing you're trying to play, right? Consistent, if nothing. True. Bonus proc takedown. It's 4 of in any deck, just free real estate. It is pretty free. I mean, not in every single deck, but in most decks, it's just kind of, yeah, we'll do it. Signature right swing on the follow through. Pitch 2, draw 2 is always a good time. See, for effects like these is why I love being Shoto. Because your opponent's not going to commit to that if he knows he's not going to get the draw 2. Discard 2, draw 2. Nope. Hope you enjoyed discarding 2 for no reason. God. Which generally no sensible play. Like, you know, like very, very few times are you actually do it unless you're trying to bait your opponent into something else, but... Alright, looks like we're just going to take that. Go into Dark Shadow Ruin. I think the table might be on a slight tilt. Or the card's just a little too bendy. Alright, so that does look like it's a 2-speed 10 damage. I mean, it's probably going to get blocked. Well, you never know, right? There could be a pretty bad checkup coming or just not the right card to be able to block here. Yeah, Faith in Burb. Oof. Casual secret rare for the block, and we're going to take half, go down to 22. Another ruin. Check a 3 on that. So yeah, we're just going to let that flop, I think. Alright, let's see if Ochako can do 12. I mean, okay. Ochako can do 12. Don't mind me. I'm just saying, let's see if, you know, currently DMDL here is going to be able to find the 12. Long-lasting explosion is definitely a start. All right. We will block. That's the first one. Next attack will get a buff depending on what it be. Oof. Merciless. Merciless. And there is the EX here, so you can't just boost this into, like, if you can get this. Here's the thing, you can kind of just force, like, if he doesn't take this one, you can just take it back. Like, if he just takes it. Like, what a play might just be to give it, like, just enough zhuzh to get hit first, and then you take it back, and then you do it again. So. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. You do that, you give it just enough zhuzh to be able to deal damage, and then you just go all in it for the next one. So now we're swinging for 9 speed, 9 high for 9. And if this gets through, plus with the next EX check, you're pretty much guaranteed to get there, I think. I mean, plus ultras are a thing, I guess. So it's like not guaranteed, but still. Nevertheless, just gonna take the 9 here. We go down to 3. I'm gonna take it back in hand. We're gonna play it again. We're gonna check a 6. Must be nice. Feels good to be good. All right, then we just, I mean, you just buff its speed. Ochako, give it a bump. EX, give it another bump. And just send it. All right, we're gonna use Ochako, bump up its speed. We're gonna pop that, lower its speed, bring it down to 3. EX, we're gonna bring it back up to 5. So 5 for 5. Half block is Shine. So let's see what happens here. And that's a scoop. That's enough to get there, so we are going to see game 3. Ochako 2 able to take it down against Tokiyami. Now, Tokiyami having an unfortunate string of aggression on their third turn, unfortunately. Nice back and forth. Yeah, it's great. And even when but because both decks like to play so close to the sun, right? Tokiyami likes to chain long attack chains. Our Ochako player here is very comfortable chilling at low foundations, low stage number of stuff down there to make the plays like aggressive as possible, and they really commit to it. So we've been put in a lot of tight neck positions where both decks are just kind of like, you got it? Do you got it? So Merciless Rush is definitely deadly for sure. Just in general, Death Ochako is really obnoxious. For sure, for sure. Especially since you can chain those really aggressive attacks. It's pretty good. Looks like we'll review one, or mulligan one. I hate when people build like this. Luhan does it too. I don't know. It's just like, I understand you know what checks exist in your deck and you know it's impossible for you to fail these checks. But still, right? Like, I don't know. It's a shortcut. It's valid. You know your deck. But if anything, you're declaring to me when you do that, that you have, like, it's a guarantee, right? So I know what's available in your deck. So you're kind of selling yourself short on information when you do stuff like that too. Alright, so we're on a build 4 for Tokiyami. Attempting the build Quattro counter. Yep, so Ochako on a build 4, so very good positions on both ends. A little bit standard for Tokiyami, but great build. I mean, 4, there's a lot of room, right? We've seen Ochako do a lot of explosive things on 2. And that's 3 for 3, I think, takedown on turn 2 here. How do you guys like the Hagakure character? Toru's awesome. I like her a lot. Just off first reading, I think she plays in a way that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't know if I stand by the dad jokes. All right, looks like we're 6. We're at 5 high for 7 at the moment. And we're just going to take it, going down to 24 for Ochako. And another takedown. Ooh, very solid. Takedown's extremely good here because, like, you can basically have the combo where you can set up your, and that we're not seeing that here, right? But you can start with like Dark Shadow Ruin. Now your blues aren't adding to progression, and then you can go takedown, 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 and just every single takedown doesn't add to progression. So you can set up those chains pretty solidly. Looks like we're going to half block. Oh, never mind, full block. I was checking the block modifier on the check card, not the block itself. Oh yeah, very solid matchups across the board. All right, looks like we got a signature right swing. So we're gonna be drawing some cards, cycling cards out of our hand. Currently set at 4 high for 8 damage. Oh, Yarka 2 is very scary. He does some big spook. Alright, looks like we're just gonna take it. Or... oh, I think life total is just dirt. Okay. I'm behind on life totals here. So... Uraka down to 20 and 16 actually. Yeah, there we go. Alright, looks like that's going to be a pass. So Tokiyami coasting on 2 momentum and 4 out of 5 standing foundations, going over to Ochako's next turn. So let's see what happens here. Ochako has 4 foundations to play with. Let's see how much orange we see here. A lot of consideration here. Big think. All right, looks like we're on grays. So let's establish some more defense and get ready to go. Yeah. All right, so it looks like we're just going to give ourselves another 2 foundations to play with defensively, and we're going to give that another turn. All right, so Tokiyami's got another opportunity here to chain a bunch of attacks. Draw 7. That's a lot of dig. So let's see if we're able to get there. Especially with signature right swings in the deck, that's an additional like 2. You get to dig an additional 2 for more grays. So a lot of dig potential here for Tokiyami to be able to find the gas that they need to be able to close out. But Ochako did give themselves the best chance to defend. So 6 standing foundations here to defend with the character. Ooh, Giant Ice Wall, baby. I love Giant Ice Wall. That card's so good, especially if you actually have momentum. Stun 2 counts as an additional stun 2. It's just really solid. Alright, we're gonna get our mills, get back a Dark Shadow. So we're swinging for 4 low, 6 damage. Yeah, so we will get rid of the momentum. Our next ranged attack will be able to stun 2. Proceed to blockage. Two cards in hand for Uraka. Three cards in hand for Uraka. Oh, it's 100% anyone's game for sure, yeah. There's a lot of resources on both ends. It does look like we're just going to take this, go down to 7, so we are in dangerous territory here. The next attack will have ranged. Okay, now here's the thing. This might look like another Giant Ice Wall, but little do you know, it actually isn't another Giant Ice Wall. Down to 7 here. This is, in actuality, Ice Storm. So the powerful 3 here is going to be huge. You get the stun 2, it's going to be powerful 3, so it's actually swinging for about 7 if he wants to use it. Can't be blocked by attack cards, and we're fairly certain all that's left in Ochako's hand is attack cards because he opted to not use them to establish more foundation, so there's a good chance for that. So there's a good chance that there just may not exist blocks for this at the moment. Whenever Shoto cards come up, I guess, yeah, I'm telling you, I got an eye for these things. And that's it. Yeah, that's a scoop. Hand was just not there for the defense. And Bird taking it down. I believe this is a top table too, so undefeated. So, damn deal, getting there. Oh, I had the names mixed up the entire time. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. No, I did. I did. My bad, guys. So, Solja was actually the Ochako player in this situation, and Namdiel was actually the Tokiyami player. My bad. We'll do a quick fix. Not a good fix, but a quick fix. So, there we go. My bad, guys. You know what? We'll rotate it in post. Church, you can fix that in post. But yeah, excellent game. Great back and forth on both ends. 100%. Bird do be the word for this tournament. So let's see. The boss told me to check my Slack messages. Maybe there's an announcement he wants me to make or something. So give me a quick second. We'll jump out of there and check that. Alright, so we actually did get it out. So usually we're gonna try and line these up so that we can showcase them in the wildcard section or during the news section of our first of the month streams, but we do have a highlight video that we do want to showcase. So I'll go ahead and download that and I will set that up to showcase you guys. So basically we're going to once a month try and get all the highlights that we can from different streams, different content, things that people are making throughout the month, just to showcase, hey, what has the month in MHACG look like? Some funny things, some intense moments, and all of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and set up the studio mode right here, just so that I can create that scene real quick. We'll create that for you. But in terms of we'll do that. We'll close out the stream with that. But of course, guys, this has been an awesome stream. We've had some amazing gameplay. Really good position, basically, to just see a bunch of different decks. We saw some old returning ones, we saw Jiros or Tokiyamis, all that kind of jazz. At the same time, we saw some great variation in terms of seeing, Nomu, Kamui Woods, Ochako 2 making its representation known once again. Tokiyami coming back and representing itself, which has been great. So that has been awesome for sure. Video playback, I guess is what I'll call this. Sure, I'll call it video playback. And we'll go ahead and throw the video on there. Yeah, that should be good. I think that works. 100% great matches and stuff all across the board, 100%. But with that said, guys, we'll give you guys the highlight video. Enjoy what MHACCG has done in the month of January. And with that, we'll sign off and we'll catch you guys again. Of course, catch us next week. We'll have our pre-show, our breakdowns, everything in showcase. Check out the calendar, guys. There's many more tournaments to play out through the weekend. Definitely keep your eyes out for the Facebook pages for the reveal of the new cards as we keep dishing them out day after day after day. And of course, on Friday, registration for our first provisional showdown kicks off. So you guys most definitely want to check that out. But with that said, I'll give you guys a highlight video and enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. I've once had this opponent I played in a webcam tournament where the entire tournament his girlfriend held up a smartphone physically on top of this board. I gotta say that is that is a very committed partner right there.
Girlfriend and not wife? Question mark.
Right?
Like, years ago, when I first started playing UFS, call me a boomer. I had a dream one night that we had a major as big as Yu-Gi-Oh! Nationals with 3,000 people. One day we're gonna get there for UFS, and hey, that never happened. But with my hero, we can get there. We will flip, walk back. Hey, good game, man. Good game. Yo, we did it. Let's go. With the girl.
And I'm like, no, stop that. So I shoved 4 sticky balls into my deck, and I said, no, play a fair game of UFS, sir. So
he did yell at people to eat his sticky balls.
Eat my sticky balls.
I'm Aspira, and welcome to the first and inaugural My Hero Academia Webcam Weekly, and I'm here with Church. Church, how you doing?
That's me. Not too bad.
Hey, yo! That's right, you guys heard it here first. $250,000, $250,000 cash prize pool for the Hero League Championship.
So what is that? 6 speed currently, it is your enhance.
I will pass enhanced.
EX twice to give it 6 speed.
Sure. I will pass enhance.
I'll just guard 1 momentum to give it 9 damage.
I will pass enhance.
Send it. It's a 12 low for 14.
Yeah, that is impossible to block. Good game.
Good game.
Alright. Hoping for All Might. Let's see what we get here. I don't want to look. I don't want to look because I'm too nervous. Let's go, baby! Oh my gosh, yes! Oh my gosh, look at that beautiful Judge promo. It says Judge right there.